Welcome back, guys, to the Coins and Connections podcast. This is your girl, Cinquanta Cox-Smith, and we are going to continue to explore all things books, business, and bullshit. Let's get into today's episode. Hey guys, what's up? Episode 38. I'm just so blessed, as always, to be back again. Through your speakers, through your computer, your phone, while you're driving in your car. I am just blessed that you turned on this podcast, that you are listening, and that you come back whenever a new episode drops. And I'm thankful, grateful, and super blessed to know that some of the things I'm saying have changed the way you guys think, work, and make money, of course. Today, I went through this whole thing of I don't even know what I want to talk about today. And like I always tell you guys that this is a feelings thing. Whenever I feel like I have something to say, I want to be able to come on and be authentic and no fluff. Like, I'm not making stuff up. I'm not pulling stuff out my ass. I want to be able to come and be passionate about what I am speaking about. And last week, I just didn't feel it. And neither did, I didn't feel it this week. So I decided to just see if there were any questions that I could answer, because with that, it's just easy for me to answer a question that comes from a listener or someone in my Facebook group or from my Facebook page. So today will just be a quick question and answer. And I think I have 3 questions. I decided to just go ahead and take the first 3 that I got and move along with that. So all 3 of these came from my Facebook group. I now have a public Facebook group that's called Books Plus Business Support Network. Because now my private Facebook group has turned into some type of paid privilege to be in. So if you got kicked out, join the support network. But I want to make sure having a group like that, we are engaging and actively doing something to be better. We don't have time to be lurking. There's no need to lurk. If you're there to learn, you need to be producing something. If not, then why am I teaching you and why are you here? And that's just how I feel and how I run my life. If I'm not there to learn and take the action of the steps that I'm getting from whoever is teaching it to me, whether it's a coach, a mentor, or friend, then I don't want to waste your time and I don't want my time to be wasted. So if you're in my group now and you haven't done shit, you might just need to remove yourself because you're on information overload, or you just need to take the damn information and do something. Do something and have something to show for you soaking up that much knowledge, because if it's gone, when it's gone, you are going to miss it. Action. Okay? Action always speaks louder than words to me. So take some action. So I get asked a lot, how did you start your podcast? Where do I begin? How can I start a podcast? Well, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. You know, I'm down with the free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Like, ain't nobody listening yet and you making money. How dope is that? It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So what are you waiting on? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So we are going to go ahead and get into the very first question. So it says, how to create a schedule to stay on task when you're doing this full time. And I'm just going to go ahead and clarify that this means when you are doing a small business or any business full time, that means you don't have another job. That means you don't have another part-time job. Your business is your full-time gig, your full-time income. So the schedule thing may not work for some. Maybe you can create a schedule for 1 to 2 days out of your week to stick with it. But also discipline plays a lot of this. So if you had a full-time job and you were getting paid and you had to clock in, you had to make sure you allowed the time to get to your job, make sure you clock in on time, make sure you take your lunch break, clock back in from your lunch break on time, so there won't be some type of consequences. Same thing for your business. If you are the owner, when you get employees, if they don't have a sounding board of someone who is showing up on time, taking the right amount of lunch, or not checking in with your employees about how long you're going to be gone and when you're going to come back, they won't respect you and they won't have a schedule. So you need to set the standard. I would say take it slow. 1 to 2 days, create a schedule. And take notes. Journal about, did you stay on task? If you didn't stay on task, why or why not? And then go in and fix your schedule. Adjust it. That's the thing about a schedule. It can be adjusted to fit your lifestyle. If you decide that you don't want to start working until 9, make sure you allow yourself to get up and do whatever it is you have to do that's not something that pertains to your business before 9 a.m. So say you need to set all your appointments at 8 o'clock so that you can clock into your full-time business at 9 a.m. And also respect your business. If you're going to work from 9 to 3, work from 9 to 3. So therefore you take your lunch whenever, 12, 11, 11:30, make it an hour lunch, make it a 30-minute lunch, but take that lunch away from your desk. Because if not, you're disrespecting your schedule by eating through your lunch and not truly focusing on eating. Also, when you clock out, close the computer, and that's it. No emails, no interacting with people, because if you don't respect your own boundaries, other people won't expect it as well. One thing that I've started to do now, I've always had my 3 top priorities that I needed to complete throughout the day, and I keep it at 3. Because I need to just focus on 3 things at a time. So if you can focus on 5 things in one day, that's awesome. But 3 sounds so good and so easy. So reward yourself. Hey, I finished 3 of my top priorities. Now I can add another one. It's not like you go into your day like, oh my gosh, I have to finish these 10 things. No, cut it down to 3 things that you have to finish. And if you finish that, reward yourself by adding another thing to your to-do list to complete by the time you decide to check out. Also, I've also started to write down what I do in a day. So say I'm doing it. Sometimes we get so stuck on a to-do list, but I often now write down what I actually completed. So I checked emails and responded. I write that down. I ate whatever for lunch for 30 minutes, write that down. I sent out 5 packages, I write that down. So then also, it's not only a to-do list, but you can also see what you were able to accomplish in a day when you're not focused on a to-do list. So hopefully that will help you to get through the day and have some type of schedule or some type of way that you move throughout your task and to stay in a zone where you're actually completing stuff and not just writing a to-do list and overwhelming yourself. This episode is sponsored by the Writer's Block Podcast. It's a podcast for independent authors and creatives. It airs twice a month, every other Thursday. The Writer's Block includes book reviews, author reviews across genres, as well as tips, tricks, and resources to keep you writing. Check out the Writer's Block podcast on all streaming platforms. #Are you listening? This question says, how to build relationships with other brands. So how I've ended up building relationship with other brands where I can support them and show up at their events and they can recognize me is by just genuinely connecting. If I see something I like, I normally buy it. So after I buy it, I'm posting it and I'm showing support for that business. And then as we build a relationship online, if we decide to exchange numbers and we're texting each other, we're encouraging each other on posts, even if I just offered some advice because I feel that we've been able to follow each other online and comment on each other's posts, refer other customers to each other's business. Now we build up some type of connection. Now we are a little bit closer. When we start exchanging numbers or talking on the phone, that's when I feel like if I see something that could help my my friend in business or on their brand, I want to say, hey, is it okay if I send over a little critique or offer a little bit of advice of something that I think will work in your business? And then they're super appreciative for that, because when you're networking across, that's one of the biggest things. Network across with the people who are on your level to build each other. Stop trying to network 50,000 followers ahead of you. If they notice you, cool. But I never beg for attention, because sometimes you're not ready for that. Build on the level that you are on. Be committed to loving thy neighbor, building up thy neighbor, supporting thy neighbor. If there's somebody in your family who loves this type of product, but you don't necessarily like it, but you like the brand, share it. Tell your friends about it. Hell, even buy it and gift it to that person. And when you get it, say, hey, I bought this candle for my mom because she really loves candles, and I really love this brand. I'm just not a fan of this scent. And that's okay. It's okay to not like everything that a business brand that you built a relationship with produces. But if you can think of anybody that you can buy it and gift it for, do that and gift it to them. So that's how you build genuine relationships. If you're in the same city and they have a pop-up event, or they're having something, or they're going to be there, pop up at the event and show your support. Even if you're not buying stuff for yourself, there's always a holiday, there's always a birthday, there's always something that you can buy for someone to even show your support. Or if they have flyers, if they have some cards, say, hey girl, send me about 50 of your cards so I can pack in my packages. I've done this for my friends. Shout out to India. I've packaged her cards. We've sent each other stuff, and I've packaged her cards into so many packages that I sent. So we referred people to each other. Shout out to Elandia. Let me see, did I say it right? Lonnie, because I'm stop trying to be proper and just say Lonnie. I love her candles. That's basically all I have now. So now that I have her candles, I'm telling everybody about it. They smell so good. So I'm buying one for my mom. I'm buying one for my friends. I'm sharing on my Facebook page. And the same for her. She had a chance to plug me and my business in something major. And guess what she did? Because how I show up and I support her. It's not forced. It's genuine. I legit love her candles. And shout out to Ellen Wick. So if you like that, shout your friend out. Like, shout out to Gabby. I love her crystals. I love her sage. I love her smokeless sage spray. My son loves some of her stuff. I love her bath ritual. Her bath ritual. I love it. So I use it, and I'm always sending them pictures offline, online, and just shouting them out. So that's just one way to genuinely build, by engaging. And then it'll come a time where you either want to say, hey, can I get your number? I would love to just be accountability partner with you. Sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't work. But just like any type of relationship, you need to build up trust. You don't jump in bed. Well, some of y'all might do, but you don't jump in bed with the first Tom, Dick, and Harry. So with knowing someone on the internet, you'll have a good kiki, inbox messages, share memes, and then eventually you guys will start talking about different things in life, and you'll build a relationship like that. But don't ever force it. If you want to genuinely build a relationship with a brand, take it slow and let it go. No, let it grow. Take it slow and let it grow. Okay. This last question, it was like 2 different questions, but I like the one that says, what 3 things would you tell us? And because that can be an open-ended question and be anything, I want to tell you 3 things about finishing the year strong and how you should go about challenges or anything right now. So right now, here's the first thing. I know fear has got you by the neck. You are choking and you need to come up for air. You can't breathe because you have psyched yourself out about doing this one thing all year long. And now it's October and it's like the pressure is on. Everybody's talking about, 2020 is coming. A decade is ending. Get it done now. Like, you should have been done it. But I get it. Fear is really holding you back. So I've said this before in the beginning of the year. Fuck fear and fuck it up. Okay? So, number 2. Everyone won't like you. And this is something we consistently learn. Everyone won't like the way you respond. They won't like the way you talk to them. And they just won't like the way you move. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay. And I'm not going to say anything about, they didn't like Jesus either. It's okay to not be liked because you are not for everyone. And that's okay. The sooner you realize that you weren't put on this earth to please everyone and that some people don't fuck with you because you just rock differently, you have morals, you have standards, and you have boundaries, it puts you in a whole different ball game. Like, you just on a whole different level. And that's okay. That's okay. So the third thing is going to go on with that. Have confidence. Be so damn confident that even if somebody told you that you had toilet paper on your shoes, you still kept the same walk. Because that toilet paper on your shoes didn't make you, you made it. Now it's an accessory of the confidence that you walk through with. So don't let it be an embarrassment for you. Take that toilet tissue on your shoes and keep your step. Be confident with the new accessory that's bound to you. Because that's how you attract people. You attract people just like that toilet tissue. Because you're so confident. That's the type of energy you attract, and any and everything want to be next to you, want to be on you, want to walk next to you, want to be on your shoe. So fuck fear, fuck it up. Everyone won't like you and it's okay. And be confident no matter what tries to hold you back. Okay? So that is my 3 questions for this question and answer. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick podcast. I would love to do more question and answers as well. So if you guys have any more questions, send them to me and I'll save them for maybe another episode down the road. Maybe like 5 episodes or so. Or once I reach 40, maybe I'll throw one in there. This was really good and easy, and it helped me with that blockage that I had of basically not knowing what to talk about, to kind of dig deep and just give some advice and chit chat with you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed my question and answer today, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and subscribing. Don't forget to share and leave a review for this podcast. If you have any questions, you can email me at hello@cinquantacoxsmith.com. You can follow me on Instagram at cinquantacoxsmith and at coinsandconnections.com. My websites are www.cinquantacoxsmith.com and www.coinsandconnections.com. You can join my Facebook group at Books Plus Business with Cinquanta Cox-Smith. I love you more than I love this podcast. Peace.